Concordia University in Irvine, California. This is the Division IV CIF-State Volleyball Championships featuring the Northern Section champion, the Sacred Heart Prep Gators, taking on the Southern champion, the Parker High Lancers. Alongside Thomas Conroy, Manny Nunez here, making the call on this one, and I'm telling you, this will be one of the best games we will see here tonight. Two teams, both ranked 9th and 12th in the state respectively. They've had a taste in CIF-State supremacy before. For Sacred Heart, they last appeared back in 2010. For Francis Parker, they last won a title back in 2005. A lot of experience coming onto the court this afternoon.
Yeah, and talking to the Lancers coaching staff, Manny, they got better as the season went along, which is, when you go 34-2, that's almost hard to comprehend, but they did. Their last loss was in a tournament against Yorba Linda on September 22nd, and they got better from that point. So it's just a remarkable team. They just got to play within themselves. They need composure and ball control to win against the Gators this afternoon, and they secure that Division IV state title.
Like you said, for Francis Parker, their last loss came back in October. They defeated in the process throughout the state tournament Pacifica Christian, Santa Fe Christian, and Saddleback Valley Christian. They're led by their outside hitters Sam Dede and Alexis Salmons, who will be going to D1 college and one of the premier volleyball colleges in St. Mary's next year. For Sacred Heart, they finished on the year 33-5. They're making their first appearance in the last 3 years. They last appeared back in 2010. They beat Ripon Christian, Bear River, and Harbor to get to this point. For Francis Parker, they're dressed in their brown with yellow lettering across the jerseys. For Sacred Heart Prep, they got their purples with the white numbering across. Underway here in Irvine, California. Sacred Heart Prep will take the chance on the attack, picked up by Francis Parker on the backside. Second chance picked up down in the middle. Set and attack here up the middle by the Gators, and that's Ellie Shannon there on the attack, as the Gators will strike first, 1-0.
Yeah, great setup from the middle of the court to Shannon here on the far right. And she got it right in the middle of the court, right in front of number 9, Eva Scarano, for the point.
Victoria Garrick here to serve for the Gators. Set an attack now by the Lancers. Picked up on the backside there by Garrick. Set up the corner along the far side. Picked up the middle. Here come the Lancers up on the attack. Pushed off by Gannon. Now the Gators here with a chance. Great dive save up in the back. Now Francis Parker with another chance. No. Here comes another attack by Shannon, as the ball will be juggled around here. A little rally going on, but on the block there in front, Sonia Abu Saud on the block there against the Lancers. Now 1-1 though is the score.
Yeah, she got a little help by Jillian Gary there, but as you said, mostly Said there with the nice shot and point.
Chance by Saud there. Dive save there by the libero of the Lancers. Ball knocked back inside the Gator zone. Set an attack, block made, pushed back inside the Parker zone, and on the chance there was Sonia up along the far side, as they will now take a 2-1 Gator lead.
Yeah, Sarah Schnell tried to anticipate the shot there, could not get a hold of it, went off of her shoulder as she jumped up a little bit too soon to try to save that shot.
Here come the Lancers on the chance, and on the attack there, Mikhail Duz gets it off a Gator defender as it goes out of bounds, so they retain the ball back here on the side out. A 2-2 score here in the opening frame of the Division IV CIF-State Championship final between these two squads.
Yeah, Mikhaila right there, Duz with a nice shot there for the point.
Here's a chance by the Gators, a small push off, though a dive save up the middle by the Lancers. Back inside of the Gator zone, set up the middle, attack to the corner, picked up there on the backside by the Lancers. Now inside the Gator zone. Francis Parker on top of it. Chance in an attack, ball blocked, and now control. Another chance there by Shannon. Francis Parker though all over it. An attack, dive, save up the backside by the Gators. Another chance by Shannon, a whistle, and a double touch called by the setter, Natalie Marshall, who got on top of the ball but had a double touch on the set. 3-2, Lancers on top.
A lot of activity in the front here in the early going by both teams, kind of setting up different shot attempts than they normally have in the season, so watch out for that.
Here come the Gators on the chance. Another hit by Shannon. Finding the backside and no man's land. Shannon gets the point for the Gators, now notched up at 3 apiece as Shannon will be back to serve. Kicks and fires, picked up by the Lancers along the backside. Set across court. Attack by the Lancers, picked up on the back by Saud. The setter, Gannon, will knock it back over the Parker zone. A chance made by Dede. Gators will knock it back over inside the Lancers zone again. Another chance by the Lancers. Dive saved on the backside by the Gators. Cross court hit. Beautiful block there made by the Lancers. Number 19, Alex Dede, who gets in front of the attack. 4-3, Lancers lead.
Yeah, she is the twin of Sam Dede, number 4. And boy, she came right back. Great timing. Put that ball right back on the Sacred Heart side for the point. And we got a tight contest here in the early going.
Sarah Benjamin for the Lancers, back to serve. Right into the net. First error on either side. So the Gators will take the ball back on the air. We'll get on the sideline now, a 4-4 ball game. Sonia Abdul Saud will take the serve. Lancers now in control. Set, attack by Foreign, dive save by the Gators. Back inside the Lancers zone. Here's Gary, the knock over. They'll juggle around as on the attack there, Ellie Shannon looking to go for an easy hit, but hits the net instead. 5-4, Lancers lead.
Yeah, it looked like she didn't get good footing right there. Kind of shot the ball off balance and went directly in the net. Needed to kind of move back just a little bit there to get that shot over the net.
Gators now with the ball up the middle. Is on the push out, a whistle, and I think it's a reach call against Jen Weinholt, who reached over the net to make the block, as the Gators will get the point now, tied up at 5 apiece. Already 10 points in, and both teams still trying to figure things out. Gators here on the serve, picked up on the backside by Benjamin. Set and a double touch called as Alexis Salmons with the set can't control the ball. Mini rally here for the Gators. They now lead 6-5. Back to serve Peyton Smith for the Gators. Ball knocked over. Set push off, as a matter of fact, as Erica Connors found some open space in front of her. Finds the hole as Lancers get the ball back now, tied at 6.
She faked like she was going to set up for the middle, and then snuck it right over the front line just out of the outstreet arms of Gary. So nice shot there by the Lancers.
Sarah Schnell here on the serve. Gators all over it. Set across court, pushed over. Lancers a whistle. I believe it'll be called against the Lancers as Alexis Salmons again with another double touch. The second error in a row for her. It's now a 7-6 lead for the Gators as they'll take the ball back on the side out.
Yeah, and then when you have the teams evenly matched like this, Manny, unfortunate errors become key. And as you just noted, 2 for the Lancers here in game 1.
Cami Merton here to serve. Right into the corner as Sarah Schnell can't control the knuckleball thrown in from Merton. Goes into the Parker bench, now 8-6. As the Gators enjoy a 2-point lead in the opening game here between these two folks in the Division IV CIF-State Championship Final. Ball kicked away just over the chalk and out of bounds. A low ball just finding its way out of bounds. Side out here for the Lancers.
Salmon's great read there. At the last moment, realized that ball was going to go out, stepped away from it nicely to gain that point.
Now, one of those judgmental calls, but playing it smart as she let it go. Here come the Gators, set across court, attack by Shannon. Lancers no on top of it. Set, attack up the middle. Great dive save by Merton. Back inside the Lancer zone. Another attack there made by Dede. Hit off a Gator defender and out of bounds. Now notched up at 8. Looks like both teams are getting in a rhythm here as they're playing very consistent.
Yeah, and great. As the front line's really moving around. We saw Shannon for Sacred Prep go from the left side all the way over to the right on that point. So they're covering wide areas of ground here, defensively and offensively.
On the attack by Shannon, finding the backside. No one there to retrieve it by the Lancers. Great hit there on the kill. Now a 9-8 Gator lead. Out to serve Victoria Garrick. Ball set up the middle. Cross court near side. Great hit, but dive save here by the Lancers. Lancers get the ball on the one hit as it goes over the net. Lancers attack, now 9-9.
Too easy for Dews right there. I mean, that ball was just laying up there. That was like a 50-mile-an-hour fastball in BP for a volleyball player.
Here come the Gators now, set up the middle, attack by Shannon. Block made, but it stays inside the Lancers zone. Shannon finding the top of the block as it stays into the Lancer territory. They'll get the ball back here, 10-9.
Great arc on that shot. Just got it over the outreach arms of Dews there, or fingers, I should say.
Helen Gannon on the serve goes well over the chalk and out of bounds. So already 2 service errors for the Gators. 2 free points, rather. It's now a 10-10 tie here in the first game. Lancers ready to serve, and another service error as they return the favor. The Lancers give the ball back to the Gators, now 11-10, as Sacred Heart Prep will try and reset things here. Shannon now back to serve, again an 11-10 Sacred Heart Prep lead. Ball knocked over this time inside the Lancers zone set. Across the far side, great attack by Salmons. Finding the middle, short off a player, tied now at 11.
Boy, great. A lot of ground covered there on the back line there by Garrick for Sacred Heart Prep. Just could not get there in time. So great ball placement by the Lancers. And that back line, recognizing there was only one person back there to defend the entire back line and put it perfectly positioned.
Benjamin here serving. Gators on top of it, set an attack, cross court. Lancers though with the ball, collision. As 2 Lancers players are down and out right now. Seem to be shaken up, slow to get up. Yep. Down on the ground, it's Salmons who stands up first. And I think it will be Jen Weinholt, as they both were colliding to go for the block, but they kind of jumped simultaneously and kind of butted heads a little bit. They'll be good to go as we'll have a mulligan here.
Weinbolt favoring her left ankle, looks like. So keep an eye on that, as she might have gotten the worst of that collision.
She actually heads out of the bench and talks to her trainer for a bit. She might be coming in rather soon, though. Here come the Lancers, set across court near side. Dive, save, can't get it, as Kellen Gannon short there to make the save. Lancers, though, get the ball back again, now notched up at 12.
That's what you need to do with Sacred Heart Prep. They got a 92% serving percentage, so you got to get them one and done so you can get control of the ball and get more point opportunities.
Salmons here serving. Here come the Gators, push off the middle. Lancers with the ball now. Set, attack up the middle. Dive save by Abdul Saud. Now an attack here by Gannon. Lancers on the dive, back inside the Gator zone, and on the pushback, Madeline Casey finding the open space along the far side as they now lead 13-12.
Boy, nice action here. Both teams can't get any closer than this. A 1-point game here halfway through the first game.
Casey here serving. Finding the chalk, though, as it goes over and out of bounds. Lancers here now with the ball as they get it back on the service error, 13 apiece.
And that's got to be the toughest reaction defensively, is recognizing if that ball's going to go out, because if it falls right in front of you, you feel kind of foolish here and you give away a free point.
On the attack, Saud, dive save here by the Lancers. Set across near side, push back, another dive save by Gannon. Here come the Gators again, block made, though goes out of bounds, and on the attack, Victoria Garrick. Into the block from Erica Connors, goes out of bounds, 14-13, Gators on top.
Boy, Connors really looks ticked at herself for missing that opportunity, because she had a great opportunity to put it right back on the Gators side, and she failed to do it.
Cami Mern here serving for the Gators. Here's the attack by Dews. As it's nicked and out of bounds. The Gators, though, touching it before it hits the ground. A lot of back and forth action. The biggest lead on both sides have been 2 thus far.
Dews to her left, put it right down the sidelines. Got it right off of Shannon's shoulder for the point.
Here come the Gators now. Set, attack far side. Shannon can't get the kill. Lancers will knock it into the Gator zone, but instead goes over the line, out of bounds. A costly mistake there, as now they're just kind of trading points here. 15-14, Gators lead.
Not a good foul through for Weinbolt, and that's why the ball went out.
Attack there by Michaela Dews. Right into the center. All 6 players from the Gators on the edge of the court. Found the open space down the middle. It's now notched up at 15. Lancers here now serving. Just out of bounds, as that's the last decision there by Helen Gannon, deciding to let it go as it sailed just over the chalk. Gannon now to serve for the Gators in a 16-15 lead. Again, both sides, their biggest lead on both sides have been 2 thus far. The attack now by Dews. Dive save by the Gators. Here comes the push off. Back inside the Lancers zone. Set, far side, no, instead it's a push off instead. Fooling him on the play. Erica Connors deciding to go on the second hit down the middle. Proved to be worthy. Now it's a 16 apiece game.
Yeah, Helen Gannon, the libero for Sacred Heart, tried to come up with a dig there. Perfectly placed ball by the Lancers for the point. Now they get service back.
On the serve here, Michaela Dews for the Lancers again in a 16 all tie. Kicks in, fires, picked up by Saud. Set up the middle across court by Saud with the attack. Lancers, though, in control. A whistle and another double touch called by the Lancers. Mistakes have been a little bit few and far between. On one side, it's been a lot of service errors. The other way around, it's been those double touches. Most of those called against Connors. She made the same error there. Serving here, Shannon. Here come the Lancers. Attack cross far side. Block made. Although it went out of bounds, the Lancers will get the point. 17 all. Sarah Benjamin serving now for the Lancers. 8 points at least for a game 1 victory. Set up the middle. Attacked there by Saud. Just finding the corner along the near side. That's skill right there. She was looking far, but then last second changed her arm and found that corner quite easily.
That's radar sonar right there to get that back line.
So they're serving those as it trickles out of bounds over the chalk. Now it's an 18 apiece game now. Again, 7 points now for either side for a game 1 victory. Salmon's now serving for the Lancers. Kicks and fires. Picked up the middle. The set by the Gators. Attack quickly there by Peyton Smith. Finding the hole. 19-18, Gators lead.
Yeah, give Natalie Marshall the setter right there. Perfect setup for the kill there. Right in the center of the front line and put it up nicely at the highest point for that easy kill.
Smith now served and set by the Lancers. Attack up the middle on the backside. Dive saved by Saud. Gators will knock it back inside the Lancers zone now in control. Set. Attack quick one at that. A block made as it just goes out of bounds though, as Victoria Garrick thought she had a chance, but it just went over the chalk.
Southmore just a little bit too late there. Didn't recognize it quickly enough, and that's why the ball deflected away, but like the approach, got to get there a little bit sooner.
19-19, it's been back and forth action since the start of this game 1. Here's Salmons with the serve pickup. Attack by Saud. Lancers, though, with the control. Attack made, block made. Back inside the Lancers zone. A second chance. Dive saved by Salmons. Here come the Gators. Attack by Garrick. Blocked out of bounds. No one touching it. Gators with the point.
Wow, and an unbelievable putback by Weinbolt. Just could not keep it in. That's just the luck of their draw right there. Good reaction right there as it looked like Sacred Heart had the kill. Nope, blocked at the net. Just went too far away. That's just something, can't work on. It's a tough break.
Here comes the attack now by the Lancers. Salmons can't get it in control as on the attack, Jen Weinholt up along the far side. Now a 20-20 ball game. Just kind of sense right now that it might be one of those games, at least in game 1, where it might go more than 25. We shall see.
Yeah, you got to win by 2.
Yes, you do. Here come the Lancers as they'll get the ball on the first serve. Set an attack. Salmons can't get in control. Alex Detta there on the attack. And now the Lancers here enjoying their first lead since the beginning of game 1. They're on top now, 21-20. And the more important part of game 1.
Wow, Detta put it right the highest point, and it's got it over the net, right in the middle of the court. Nice play.
Here's a serve by Weinholt into the net. So that'll prove costly there as the Gators might have a chance to regain control. 21 apiece. Serving now Victoria Garrick. 4 points on either side. Have to win by 2. Here come the Lancers. Set across near side. Attack. Salmons can't get the dive. And on the hit for the Lancers, number 14, Michaela Dews, 22-21.
Great setup there because they faked it to Detta to go over to Dews on the far side. who put it cross court right in front of Marshall for the point.
Just over the net, a whistle and a double touch, as it was a quick serve as Cammie Merton trying to set it, but instead went both ways. 23-21, and now the Lancers need 2 more to hold on to game 1. Salmons picks up the serve, set up though, no, push off back inside the Lancer zone. Here comes the set. Attack along the far side, blocked out of bounds by Saud. On the attack, Salmons for the Lancers as it goes out of bounds, 24-21. Game point for St. Francis. Francis Parker.
Boy, your first unforced error, Manny, comes late in the game 1 for the Gators, and it could have cost you the game. That's got to be frustrating. Good timeout here for both teams. I think kind of set them up for this game point.
Yeah, Sacred Heart Prep does call time. They have right now 1 more remaining here in this first game. So obviously both teams pocketing their 2 timeouts and already in a crucial stage. We assume that Sacred Heart Prep will be in control. They were trading points back and forth, but they actually have the rallies to their advantage. But that late surge for Francis Parker has put them ahead here by 3. Your thoughts so far?
Well, I think as you mentioned it all throughout the contest, these teams have been playing evenly matched all game long. It's just going to be that one unforced error, and boy, Francis Parker has capitalized on it well, and they've done that all year. It seems like they really work on they try to find their weakness, and then really capitalize on it to take games away from their opponents. And Sacred Heart, hanging with them, just made that error right there at the net, and now Francis Parker going for game 1 win.
Here's serving now after the timeout, Erica Connors for Francis Parker. Kicks and fires just over the net, dive saved by Salmons. Here's the set and attack by Saud, finding the corner, yes she does. Thinking she was gonna go hard on the kill, but instead pushed it over. She just found the thinnest part of the court. And now the game hangs in the balance here for Helen Gannon for Sacred Heart Prep. Set by the Lancers, attack, far side. Into the stands and out of bounds. The attack there by Jews gives the Lancers the game 1 victory. They win it here 25-22.
Boy, and Jews once again cross-courted with that kill, and man, got right on top of the Gator player. No opportunity for them to make any type of reaction play to try to keep it in play, the ball actually, and nice effort. Big first game here for Francis Parker. As these 2 teams, I got a feeling we're going to be here for a while.
Take a quick timeout here as the poll teams will switch over. This is PlayOnSports.com and the CIF Division 4 state title game here between Francis Parker and Sacred Heart Prep.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here this afternoon? Then tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports broadcasting program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
A lot of schools here sign up from the state of California, 6 up north to be exact. And we're only getting bigger out here. Play On Sports, your home for high school sports, and it's where high school sports lives, right here. Once again, game 1 victory here between Francis Parker and and Sacred Heart Prep. It goes into Francis Parker again. It was back and forth to start the game, but Francis Parker took advantage of really just a lot of kills there by Salmons, and then a few at the end there by Michaela Jews, who really controlled the corners here and there, hence why they got the game 1 victory. They really took control, especially at the end.
Yeah, they had the better front line in that game 1. I give it to Francis Parker there, but if I'm Sacred Heart Prep, I'm not disappointed with the way I played. It's just, got to cut down the unforced errors just a bit, especially in the key moments, and that last one really killed them. But other than that, they played really well, and that's all. If I'm Coach Hardy, that's what I'm saying in my huddle. It's like, look, we're in this contest. It was a 1-point game for the majority of the match. Parker got the opportunities at the end. They extended the lead and ultimately won by 3 points. But continue playing the same level, and we should be very successful. Make them now turn it around and make them have the unforced errors at the key opportunity, so we can gain more control of the match.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head there, and if you are Sacred Heart Prep as well, as like you said, you play consistent. It was the first couple of points, but obviously you let it go at the end a little bit. But obviously you want to keep it the same kind of intensity from start to finish. the one big thing that they got to look out for is how can they overcome those errors that they made near the end of the game. They've been playing very good volleyball, but obviously in a game like this where both teams coming in with a lot of experience, again for Francis Parker, they won a state title back in '05, and they've been the more consistent team to get to this point. For Sacred Heart, they last appeared back in 2010, so they know what it takes to get to this point. But in a game like this with a lot of experience, the mistakes have to come very few and far between.
Well, I think it comes from the coaching staff to kind of emphasize the points and keep you on track. And you can see Coach Hardy, he got his team right back out there. So not a whole lot of kind of adjustments he had to make. And for Francis Parker, they came in a little bit late. Let's see what kind of adjustments they made here in game 2.
So out of the timeout, Francis Parker will switch over now from right to left on the court for the Lancers. You have number 13, Shara Schnell, number 16, Jen Weinholt, the libero, Sarah Benjamin, as well. You have a couple more players here as we are now underway. Push off there quickly by Connors after the serve from the Gators, wasting no time. Striking first are Francis Parker.
I know that's your favorite shot. Connors did it again right there. That little sneaky, she almost with no look kill shot there.
Had everybody fooled, even me. The Gators almost fumbling there on the third hit, but on the save attempt, it was a little miscue, but you see Victoria Garrick with the last chance somehow finding the hole, now tied at 1 apiece.
Yeah, nice shot there by Sacred Heart Prep. They saw the opening in the middle. They took advantage of it with this short shot over the front line for the point.
Shannon now on the serve. Set and attack now by the Lancers. A lost shoe by the Lancers, though they'll get to keep the play on the court. Francis Parker with the push off. Now here come the Gators on the attack. Set. Knocked back inside the Lancer zone along the backside. Quick attack by Alex Dede. She finds the back far side. Now 2-1.
She killed that with one shoe on. That's amazing.
And
unbelievable.
Dede, yeah, in the beginning of that set, of that point, she lost her shoe, and she found a way to kick it over back to the bench. And I guess you don't need that much grip if you're playing volleyball. You know, slipping and sliding like the Ice-Capades.
Does she get a kill and a set because she set the shoe over to the side?
I'd say I give her both. If
Okay.
that were the case.
Nice.
Here come the Gators. Attack near side. Lancers are all over it. Set. Attack cross court by Dews. The Gators, though, with the dive save along the back court. Now here come the Lancers. Attack bar side by Dews. Block save back inside the Lancer zone. Attack another one. The third chance by Dews into the corner. No. Here come the Gators once again. A little rally going on. Lancers, though, back in control. Now a little push around as it ends up back inside Lancer territory. Attacked by Salmons. Another hit. Here come the Lancers once again. Salmons, no. My goodness, what a rally here thus far. Back inside up the middle, a push off, and the rally ends there with the pushback by Victoria Garrick. 2-2.
Boy, back and forth action. That's all you can ask for in volleyball. And right there, Garrick saw the opportunity. Ball left a little bit up on the net, and Garrick got up there high enough to put it back for the point on the other side. But boy, you couldn't ask for any better action than what these two teams are giving us here in these first two games.
A little juggle around, though. The Lancers back in control. Here come the Gators on the attack, the block. A short attack, though, on the block, though. Alex Dede in front. Easy block there for the Lancers. They now lead 3-2.
Yeah, Peyton Smith right there tried to do a little bit too much with the ball. Recognized two defenders are going to come up and block her shots. He tried to hit it over them and then just couldn't get underneath the ball and put it right on the net for the point.
Michaela Dews here on the serve. Here come the Gators. Set attack now up the middle into the corner. No, chalked up out of bounds as Abdul Saud there with the hit. It's now a 4-2. No, they're going to say it's inbound, so it's now tied up at 3 apiece instead. Back judge set out of bounds, but the head judge made the last call, so it's now 3 apiece. Here's the serve, dive there by Dews, goes out of bounds. Beautiful serve by the Gators. That was made there by number 12, Peyton Smith, knuckleballer, giving now the Gators a 4-3 lead. Here comes the nurse serve now by Smith. Push back up the middle. The Gators in control, no whistle, and a net violation called against the Lancers. As you had a couple players by Francis Parker reach over, It's now 5-3. Payne Smith again now with the serve. Biggest lead for the Gators in either of the two games. Set an attack, block made as it's knocked back over inside the Gator zone. A short set as Jillian Gary can't control the set made up the middle. There'll be a service or set error there, 5-4.
Detta really stepped into that kill shot there to get that point.
Benjamin here with the serve. Gators now with the ball, set an attack. Trying to go across the court is Saud, but she keeps it inside the Gator zone. Now tied up at 5 apiece. Benjamin now back to serve again. Again, the Lancers won game number 1 by a final of 25-22. Gators on the attack. Benjamin, though, with the ball on the backside by the Lancers. Attack by Salmons. Gators knocking it back inside the Lancers zone. Now the Gators in control. Set an attack, push off. Great hit there by Jillian Gary there. She found a lot of space up along the corner. Now a 6-5 Gator lead.
And nice to see Gary getting back into the contest. A little quiet there about the middle of the first game, but she got back here nicely with a key point here in game 2.
Cammie Merton now for the Gators back to serve. Kicking and firing. Benjamin on the pickup. Set and attack by Salmons. Gators though in control. Set and attack far side by Sacred Heart Prep. Dive save by the Lancers. Attack up the middle by Dews. A whistle and a double touch called there by the Lancers as the setter Sarah Benjamin with the error.
Yeah, the libero right there hit it up two times. Close call, but she did hit it twice.
Merton now back again to serve. Kicks and fires. Benjamin with the pickup along the backside. Set. Attack along the far side by Foreign. So the Gators now in control. Attack by Saud. Benjamin, though, with the dive save. Another attack by Foreign. Gators, though, with the ball far side. A whistle and a double touch call as the ball hit the top of the roof. The Gators misjudging it. Point now for the Lancers.
Yeah, I don't think number 18, Garrick, was ready for it to hit the top of the ceiling, and it kind of threw her off, and she did hit it twice before getting it over the net.
Here is Alexis Salmons to serve. Gators here with the chance on the attack. A beautiful one there by Ellie Shannon. So the Shannon and the Gators get the point there. Now it's an 8-7 Francis Parker lead. So now on the serve, a short one though, picked up the middle. Attack along the far side by Foreign. Gators though on top of it. Here comes the push off there by Shannon. Goes just out of bounds. Not too much force, but it stayed up in the air too long as the Lancers get the point.
Yeah, if it got down just a little bit sooner, it would have beaten Dewars to the spot. But as you said, it's got too much air time and it went out of bounds, fortunately for the Lancers.
Schnell here with the serve. Along the far side, knocked back inside the Lancers zone. Can't control it. Here comes the attack there. Beautiful one there by Jen Weinholt. Seems like her ankle might be A-okay, don't you think? 8-8 the score.
Yeah, it's good to see the Weinbold and Salmons, who got in that collision in game 1, are healthy and not showing any cause and effect from that collision.
Keep it right here, folks. It's I believe it's an 8-8 here, tie ball game, and already we've seen so far, like we said before the start of game 2, Sacred Heart Prep has not let off from their game from game number 1. They again made the errors to give Francis Parker the game 1 victory, but so far they've been playing pretty consistent thus far, and they've been really hanging on, trying to avenge that game 1 loss.
Yeah, really great play by both teams. You know, you just got right here 2 evenly matched teams right now, and you know, not a whole lot to see how you got it. You kind of got to force your way to see that opening, but you know what I'm really remarkable on both sides is I'm taken back by just the positioning and the alertness of backing each other up. Great communication on the front line, because that's really where your holes kind of form, is if you don't have good communication with your teammates. If you're trying to move from, let's say, the right side to the left side, you're leaving a gaping hole there. For both teams, somebody's there to pick you up if you're going to move out of position to keep a shot in play. They're there to hold your position, and you go back to theirs. So great communication by both sides.
Here is Francis Parker on the serve. The attack by Saud. Back inside the Gator zone. A second chance, though, knocked back over. Here come now the Lancers. Set, attack, cross court, Dews, push off, no. The Gators in control. Another chance by Shannon. And now here come the Lancers. A push back there by Connors. Back inside the Lancer zone. Connors to Dews. Set, attack, and Dews, and the Lancers get the point. 9-8.
Yeah, you're seeing Michaela Dews. What she does so great is she sets her body up perfectly. She puts all of her body weight into that shot, and it's tough to put back on the other side of the net. It goes right through you for the point.
Now the Gators set across court. Can't control the hit there from Salmons as it goes well out of bounds. Another side out here for the Gators. Notched up at 9 apiece. A lot of back and forth action again. A little reminiscent from game number 1. Gannon on the serve. Now the Lancers ready. Set and attack by Weinholt. Just out of bounds along the backside over the chalk. Second point in a row now for the Gators. They lead now 10-9. Gannon on the serve. Back inside the Gators zone on the one hit. Now Dews. A set and attack. There by Weinholt. Hitting the libero, Helen Gannon. Tied at 10.
Yeah, couldn't help. Gannon was there. It looked like she was there in plenty of time. It just, the ball comes on top of you so fast. Even your reaction time, you have to even speed it up, and she just could not keep the ball in play.
Here's the attack by Shannon from the Gators, though. The Lancers on the dive save. Dews with a chance. Off the hands of Saud and into the ground. My goodness, this Michaela Dews just has the iron fist and just really just uses that force to knock that ball down on the kill. 11-10 Lancer lead. Here come the Gators, though, to avenge that point. As they do on the attack, Victoria Garrick with the kill, tied at 11.
Yeah, Garrick needed to make that point. Crossed it, saw the opening on the far side, crossed her shot and got it in there before a defender could come over to save it.
Shannon here on the serve. Here come the Lancers again. Across court, set an attack by Dews, just over along the sideline. On the wrong side of the court, out of bounds. 12-11 Gator lead.
I think in midair she realized they were defending well for that court shot. Tried to get it down the line, just couldn't keep it in play.
Here's Shannon on the serve. Dive save there. 2 and 3 hits now by Dews. Block made there on the front side by Cammie Merton. Biggest lead now. Tying the biggest lead, 13-11, and now the Gators getting a little bit more comfortable as they're playing now a little bit more consistent here in this second game.
A great play by Merton because she had to time it perfectly, and she did on that net on Durs.
Another block by Peyton Smith in front of the attack by the Lancers, 14-11.
They're now starting to use their size a little bit. They didn't use it in game 1 or in the beginning part of this second game. Now Sacred Heart's using that size to their advantage.
Here's Dews on the push-off. Gators on top of it. Set an attack by Saud. A short one, just finding the line, staying in bounds. You got 3 Francis Parker players letting the ball go. Finds the chalk, 15-11. John Landicho for the Lancers will call time. Keep it right here, folks, 15-11 with the Gators leading, and all of a sudden we've seen 2 different games as Francis Parker now making more mistakes. More or less, it's not so much the hitting mistakes, but a lot more mental errors. But really, the front line has been give a lot of credit to the Gator front line as they've actually done a lot more damage than before.
Yeah, now the Lancers are catching themselves out of position because the front line for the Gators is getting a little bit more active, putting balls back over the net. So when you get out of position a bit, that allows for that coming shot to. Now they're seeing the open spaces and they're putting the ball in there. You got to make the plays to get the points. That's an easy equation, but they're doing it. It's easy to say here, but to actually do it on the court it's hard enough, and they're doing it right now. And on that last point, I thought Sarah Benjamin played it right. You got to let that go. It hit the line. It's nothing you can do about it, but it was a smart play because even if she hits that ball, all her momentum was going towards the sidelines there. If she hits it, she's not going to get a good shot, and they're probably going to have a hard time getting the ball over the net.
Shannon on the serve. Here come the Lancers. The attack by Dews as she ends that 5-point rally. Michaela Dews finding the hole. The middle of the court. They finally get the ball back here, 15-12.
Yeah, and nice play by Dews. little soft touch, gets it over the front line for the point.
Set an attack now as the Gators will get the ball back from the attack by Peyton Smith along the middle. 4-point Gator lead again now, 16-12. 9 points to go for Sacred Heart Prep to win game number 2.
Yeah, Smith has definitely risen to her play here in game 2 and really becoming a force in that front line.
Here's the attack, this time along the near side by Dews as it just goes over and out of bounds. A little too much force on the play. Biggest lead of the night here. 17-12. Here's the serve by Garrick as it goes over the chalk out of bounds. Francis Parker gets the ball back on the side out now, 17-13. Dews now to serve as the Lancers now trail by 4. Kicks and fires. Saud should have let that ball go as it went well over her head. Could have gone out of bounds, but she played the ball as it goes over and out. 14-17.
Yeah, she stepped in a bit, and that's the reason why. She thought she had enough. There was plenty of room in the back where it would fall in, and that's why she played the ball.
Dews again on the serve as this time Saud along the near side lets it go. Goes out of bounds there, 18-14 with the Gators in control, back up by 4.
I just realized I don't want to play the Lions because that is a stressful position. Man, that was close.
Here's a serve by the Gators. The attack by the Lancers. High ball back inside the Lancer zone. Here's the chance by St. Francis Parker. Gators though in control. Attack by Saud. A short push off. Lancers on top of it. Set an attack by Salmons. Into the middle along the backside. 18-15. A great hit there by Alexis Salmons to give Francis Parker the ball back.
Yeah, saw the opening and took advantage of it. It was right down the middle. Nice point, and they needed that. They could retain, to get service.
Benjamin here on the serve. Here come the Gators along the near side. Saud on the attack and on the block in front of it. Jen Whiteholt with the block. 18-16, and now Francis Parker getting back into rhythm.
Yeah, give it a little help there by Salmons, the senior. She helped out Weinbolt to get that point.
Here is Benjamin on the serve. Kicks and fires just off the net. The Gators, the set. Attack, no, a double touch there by the setter and Cammie Merton. And now the mistakes are piling up a little bit as they're giving Francis Parker 3 points. 18-17. And head coach Damian Hardy will call time to discuss things. Right now you have the Gators on top by 1. Only 7 points for the Gators to get game 2 on the other side. 8 for Francis Parker, but right now you can see the momentum building back onto the Francis Parker side.
Yeah, this is a necessary timeout for the Gators right here. Coach Hardy has seen his team kind of unraveling here, and it's only a 1-point game, so he does not want this to kind of get out of control here with the unforced errors. Team's out of position, like you said earlier with Cammie Merton. I mean, she comes across the front line there to try to make a difficult shot. It wasn't needed. She had two teammates right there that could have made that play. Right there, I think what he's trying to emphasize is stay within your roles. Don't try to overplay it. That's what happens sometimes in these championship games is the players try to play try to do a lot more than is necessary. You have confidence in your teammates. They've been here. They've given you the opportunity, to come here. Let them play and let everybody kind of. You got to get in the flow and understand your teammates well.
Yeah, definitely use your words, especially in a fast-paced game like this. Communication is definitely key. Here come the Gators. Set an attack up the middle, over and out of bounds on the push-up. Jillian Gary can't find the inbound hit. It's now tied up at 18 as the Lancers are now on a 4-point rally.
Try to overcompensate with the front line getting up high on the net. That time she just shot it long.
Ooh, speaking of, Benjamin with the service error. She tried to hit it off the net, but it stayed inside Lancer territory. So the Gators will regain the lead now, 19-18, with Cammie Merton to serve. Kicks, fires, picked up backside, set. Attack by Salmons. She finds the corner along the far side, no one there to get it. Back and forth again now, 19 apiece, 6 points to go.
Yeah, wow, that was a pinpoint accurate shot by Salmon. I was looking at it. It was right in. She got that corner perfectly. Great footwork, great timing by Salmons for that point.
Salmons now serving, picked up. Here come the Gators. Set, attack along the far side. Ball nicked, dive save. Here come the Lancers along the court. Gators, though, back in control. Set, attack a short one. They're pushed off by Shannon. Lancers, though, in control again. A push off there by Foreign. And now the Gators with a chance. Push up by Saud. Lancers, though, well awake. Another chance, no. Second chance by the Lancers, no. Here come the Gators again. Attack, dive, save by Dews. Set an attack now by Salmons along the net. No, can't get it there. The Gators here, another chance, finding the hole. Beautiful hit there by Cammie Merton. Now it's 2019, a small little rally. Advantage goes to Sacred Heart Prep.
Yeah, a little misstep by Dews. Could not get there in time, but she was right there.
Here come the Lancers again to try to regain the point. Block made, back inside the Lancers zone as they regain control. Second chance by Foreign, finding the corner along the near side. 5 points to go now on either side, 20 apiece.
Wow, great shot there by Grace Foreign. The sophomore with a big point there to tie this game up. That was key because a couple of putbacks by the Gators looked like they were going to get the advantage in the point.
Gators here with a chance, set an attack along the net. Dews there with the pickup. An attack by Dews, short one though, block made back inside the Lancer zone. Dive save by the Gators on the set push off by Connors. Lancers get the point, 21-20.
Yeah, that time it was Shannon and Garrick diving for the ball. That left an opening in the front line, so when the ball was dug out, nobody was there to hit it over the net.
Here's a chance by Shannon. Lancers on top of it though. Attack by Dews, dive save by Gannon. Chance there by Saud. Lancers, though, back in control. Second chance by Dews. Dive save again by Gannon. Here come the Gators. Set an attack. Ball nicked. Lancers, though, on top of it. Set attack. A third chance by Dews. Block made back inside the Lancer zone. A fourth chance by Dews over the net. Saud there picking it up on the backside. Here's Shannon with the attack. Finding the corner. 21 apiece as Sarah Schnell can't gain control.
Yeah, you can't be everywhere, so, I mean, there was going to be an opening with that tremendous value from both teams, and, you know, the Gators got fortunate for that point.
Gannon to serve. Here come the Lancers. Set an attack by Weinhold. Hits off the libero, and Helen Gannon trading off points now, 22-21. 3 for the Lancers, 4 for the Gators. With the game reset, the Lancers have 1 timeout. The Gators have used all 2 in their pocket from game number 2. Here come the Gators now, set an attack, ball nicked. Can't make the dive save attempt. Jen Weinhold, though, short on the play. The Gators get the ball back now, 22 apiece.
Yeah, Weinbolt and Schnell tried to make a dive to dig that ball out, could not get it. And service back over to Gators.
Again, you need to win by 2 regardless if you reach 25. Both teams here tied up at 22 apiece. On the sub now coming in to serve, Ellie Shannon for the Gators. The Lancers here with the ball, set an attack across court by Dews, far side, picked up by Saud to the backside by the Gators. Benjamin now with the ball from the attack by the Gators, set an attack by Dede. Gators back in control, a block made, Gators back on top of it, another chance by Gannon, no. Here come the Lancers, a second chance by Dews on the attack, dive save by Shannon. The attack along the near side, staying though on the near inside the Gator zone. Victoria Garrick short on the push-off. Lancers get the point, 23-22.
Yeah, give all the credit to Eric Connors there. Really active on the front line. She's getting ready to serve. She was key in that getting that point.
Here come the Gators again, set an attack. Ball nicked off the block from the Lancers. Gators get the point right back. As on the attack there was Cammie Merton, 23 apiece. Here to serve. Now again, you do need to win by 2. Tied up at 23 apiece. Garrick here on the serve. Here come the Lancers. Attack near side by Dews. Finds the corner along the far side. What aim. That radar like you're talking about. Unbelievable. 24-23. And now Frances Parker staring in the eyes of game point number 2. Frances Parker will call time in an interesting timeout call, so to speak. You have a chance to win the game, but John Landicho wants to talk things over to use his final timeout.
Yeah, it's almost like you're icing yourself here. I don't know if I like that. but you know, but it's, you know, I could see what he wants to do. I think you know, I think he wants to get everybody on the same page here. Does not want to. I don't think he wants to go into a two overtime, 2-point overtime kind of scenario here. Just want to make sure everybody's on the right page. But I think you're icing your player. Let them play. Sometimes we overanalyze everything, and just you got to let the players play as the adage is. And really for the Gators, I think it helps them more now. They can kind of set themselves up and get their best front line here and kind of put the ball back, and that allows them to set up for more kill opportunities. So you got to make sure you're playing defense if you're Francis Parker once you get the ball over the net.
Michaela Dews now to serve for game point for the Lancers. Picked up on the backside. Here come the Gators to make it a 24-all game. Dive by Dews, short on the dive attempt. Gators will get the point there on the attack from Saud. 24 apiece, a little overtime now in this second game.
Yeah, Saud put the ball perfectly placed. Dews could not get it to that far corner.
Peyton Smith on the serve. A knuckleballer. She caught Dews asleep. 25-24. Again, that timeout from before. Like you said, icing the server. Let's see what the Gators can do to take advantage of it there. You got the Francis Parker fans behind us on their feet to whistle.
Yeah, coach for Francis Parker looks like he was talking to the official near the scorer's table.
I think for a last-second discussion.
I think he wants to call a timeout, and I think the ruling is even though the scoreboard says he has one, I don't think he has any.
Actually, the scoreboard says none on either side. Again, both teams out of timeouts. Ball just out of bounds on the serve by the Gators. Dews. Last-second decision on the backside. Smart one there. Now at 25 apiece. Oh man, that could have been game right there, and Dews, you know, deciding on the last moment to let it go, and it just went over and out of bounds. Saud on the pickup from the serve. Set an attack by Saud. Benjamin can't make the dive save along the far side. 26-25 advantage now for the Gators.
Yeah, tough reactionary shot for Benjamin. Too much ground to cover right on that side. She knew the ball was going to bounce in anyway. She dove for it, and it ricocheted away from her.
Tammy Murn here looking at game point for the Gators. Here come the Lancers, though. Set an attack by Foreign. Block made as it goes well out of bounds into the Francis Parker stands. A hard hit by Foreign, giving the Lancers a 26 all time.
Yeah, she was not going to be denied on that. Foreign put it right off the shoulder of the Gator player, and it went into the crowd for the point.
Salmon's here to serve, picked up at the backside by Gannon. Set an attack, push-off made. Lancers, though, on top of the ball. Set an attack there by Jenna Weinhold. She finds the near side. 27-26, advantage now coming for the Lancers as Salmons will serve.
Boy, they must practice about an hour a day on getting those two far corners because they hit them with regularity, way more than I've ever seen all season from a team.
Salmon's now ready to serve, dive save. Here come the Gators now. Set an attack, block made. Benjamin, though, with the pickup. Set up the middle. Attack far side by Farron, and that'll end game two.
Yeah, came out of nowhere, the sophomore. She got a key point in about the middle of the second game, but came up with the two biggest points she'll probably ever score in her sophomore year to win this game 28-26. Big play by Grace Foreign.
Grace Foreign sealing the deal for game number two. It's a 2-0 Lancer lead. They need one more to take home the state title. Folks, we'll take a quick timeout right here. This is the Division IV State Volleyball Championship game between the Sacred Park Gators and the Francis Parker Lancers here on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. And now you can have access to thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
You know, I checked the Richter scale on that last hit by Foreign, and I think it read around a 2.5. It's minuscule, but the way she used just her an unbelievable hit. Just the way she was, the way the look on her face was just, she was eyeing for that point, and she got it there. And what strength that she made to get that game point now for the Lancers. As you can see there on the same Francis Parker bench, they're celebrating now. They've got a comfortable 2-0 lead. On the other side, though, for the Gators, what do you do to regain control, regain composure after this 2-0 fallback right now?
Well, I think you have to come out aggressive now in this third game because you're fighting for your playing life. You're down 2-0. Really, right now is two close encounters, but the unforced errors. You had your opportunity, they gave it to you. You had to capitalize on it, especially when they did not get when Francis Parker called the timeout and didn't get the game point. You had your opportunity there, you didn't get it. Now it just comes down to, cut down the unforced errors right now. Play aggressive, but play smart. Don't get caught out of position. Don't try to force plays now that you're down 0-2. You play within yourselves. You remember, you got 25 points now, but you need to get a lead out here early, I think, and really now force the tempo and take it to your advantage. What I liked about that second game was the senior Peyton Smith got more involved. Try to use her. Try to get more kill opportunities for her. Use your size advantage. You got to maybe use a combination of Smith, Shannon, and Garrick, and I think that's going to be a winning combination. And try to force a player like Michaela Duas out of position and try to make her, when she's in the back line, kind of roam from side to side. Try to catch her out of position because don't let her to kind of set it up for their front line. And then obviously, play a little bit more defense, obviously, on their front line and try to keep the kill to a minimum.
Again, Francis Parker now leading game-wise or set-wise by a score of 2-0. It has been the same storyline from the first two games, back and forth to start, but then Francis Parker in control in the last couple of points. Happened in game number one. It was a 22-all tie, and then you see that three-point rally by the Lancers. They took care of the first game that way. In the second game, it was a little bit different, though, as the Gators had the advantage, but then all of a sudden, the rally went the other way for Francis Parker. They tied it up at 25 apiece, going into a little bit of overtime, and then that small rally, the attack there by Weinhold and Foreign to give the Lancers that 2-0 set lead. The Gators now will start it off. Francis Parker, though, on top of the first serve. Double touch called against the Lancers is on the double touch there. Jillian Gary on the play.
And for people, Francis Parker, they haven't lost since September 22nd. We talked about it in the pregame. If you think they're going to be overconfident, they're not, because they felt they weren't playing as well, and they're getting better every week. So you won't see overconfidence from that squad.
Especially playing consistently, too, in a state playoff bout as well. A 1-1 tie as Alex Dede gets the kill up along the middle. Speaking of kill, how about a service ace? Served by Erica Connors. A knuckleballer, finding the hole quickly, 2-1.
And they've played quality opponents all year. La Jolla Country Day is one of the best teams in all of San Diego section. And, they also play La Jolla High. There's a lot of quality volleyball in the San Diego area. Torrey Pines, Cathedral, and they played them, in tournaments and whatnot. So they do have the experience to know that they got to play at a high level at all times.
Here comes a chance by Shannon, though. Francis Parker in control. Second chance by Dews, no. The Gators set up the middle attack, far side by Saud. Francis Parker, though, with the control. Small hit. Gators with the ball. Saud with the push-off. Dive save. Going out of bounds on the hit by Connors. Well out.
Saud with a great shot there. Threw off the whole defensive alignment for the Lancers. They had to come over now towards the far sideline now to make a play on the ball, and they just shot it long.
3-2. Gator lead. Victoria Garrick back to serve. Here come the Lancers again. Attack by Dews. Hits off of Garrett. Attack by Shannon. Francis Parker, though, in control. A second chance by Dede. just off the chalk. It'll stay in bounds, now tied at 3 apiece. Again, the Lancers here lead 2-0 set-wise here in the Division IV state final. Dews back to serve into the net. Service error for the Lancers. Gators get the point, and they now lead 4-3.
Yeah, she didn't get full extension that we normally seen in the first 2 games on that serve, and that's why he hit the middle of the net.
Back to serve, Peyton Smith. Kicks, fires, just over the net. Benjamin on the dive, safe, set an attack, a quick one at that by Jenna Weinholt.
Wow, that was a quick shot, no doubt about it. No reaction time whatsoever for the Gators. That ball came across the net and in for the point.
4-4 tie as Sarah Benjamin back to serve for the Lancers. Picked up on the backside by Gannon. Send an attack, a short one there by Jillian Geary off the net. It'll be an attack there made by Geary. Point there made for the Gators.
Yeah, 2 defenders came over to try to block it. She moved the shot to the middle of the court for the point. Nice play. Smart play.
Kemi Merton here back to serve now for Sacred Heart Prep. Again, leading now by a score of 5-4. Kicks, fires just over the net. Well, though, out of bounds. A high serve. Finding too much air. Service error as the Lancers win the ball back here, tied up at 5 apiece. Back to serve now, Alexis Salmons, the commit to St. Mary's. Salmons now with the serve. Set, attack up the middle by Geary. Ball back up the middle. Gators now with the ball, the attack by Saud. Block made though, hit well out of bounds. The force by Saud giving the Gators a 6-5 lead.
A good play by Saud. Really gets up high. I mean, not that I'm shocked, but you know, she doesn't at times doesn't get up that high, but when she can, she does get up there to put a ball in play.
Here's the attack by Garrick along the far side as it was hit there by the Lancers. 7-5 now with the Gators leading by 2. So now with the serve, kicks, fires. Short along the near side, though the dive save here by the Lancers. Chance there by Salmons, picked up on the backside by Gannon. Another push off there by Garrick. A short one though, finding the hole quickly. 8-5. Gators now lead by 3.
Yeah, you thought it was going to be one of those smash kills right there. But she smartly played it, recognizing that the defense was going to come up and to block that. She went right over their fingertips for the point.
Here come the Lancers, a short hit. There, a smart play by Jen Weinholt, finding a huge hole along the far side. Gets the point there for Frances Parker. 8-6 as they now will win the ball, trailing by 2.
Yeah, Garrick helped out in the front line. That left an opening. Marshall couldn't get there to dig out that ball.
Schnell on the serve, set an attack there by Shannon. Frances Parker can't control the ball on the light hit there by Shannon. Point anyway there for the Gators. 9-6, they lead by 3. Gannon now back to serve, kicks, fires. A short serve, a line drive there by Gannon, catching Benjamin off guard. 10-6 on the service ace.
Boy, back and forth once again. Here we go.
Set attack by Dews, cross court, picked up by Saud. Here's the attack by Garrick. A hard one at that, 11-6. Gators now leading by 5. You see head coach John Lynch, Damian Hardy looking at the head official, seeing when to call time. Here's the attack there by the Lancers. Block made off the hands of Peyton Smith. It goes out of bounds. So a small rally here for the Gators ending, though they have a 4-point advantage as they'll give the ball back to Frances Parker.
Well, right now you're seeing a team that's desperate and knows they needed to have a win, and Parker has a 2-game lead, but they're not playing tentative at all.
Here come the Lancers now, an attack by Dews. Gannon walks away from the ball, wasn't coming that hard, but instead it'll be a point for the Lancers, 11-8.
Yeah, Gators recognized when that ball went into the center of the Lancers court, they were going to set up Dewars for that cross-court shot they just could not get over in their defensive alignment to try to make a play on that ball.
Weinhold on the serve. Saud playing well in front of the net. Went overhead. It's a service ace. 11-9.
And not that bad of a play by Saud, I don't think. It's a tough one right there. That's a hard one to recognize.
Timeout here called by Damian Hardy of the Gators. We'll keep it right here, and it seems like it's a little bit of a deja vu. It's kind of how this game ended from game 2. Advantage here from the Gators. They had a 5-point lead, and all of a sudden you see the rally from Francis Parker creeping up little by little, hence why they got that game 2 victory. Right now, Thomas, your thoughts on this third game here so far?
Well, I don't think he likes it that he had a lead 11-6 when he lost volley, and now they gotten 3 points. So he wants to cut the momentum right there because this is an elimination set. So he cannot afford to lose this game. And when you get down that fast, and you're still leading, you're up 11-9, but quickly he knows that Parker can make an 11-6 deficit. And then when they're up 11-9, it could quickly turn to 15-11, and he can't afford that here in this third game. So he wants to cut the momentum and just re-emphasize, get that necessary time. I saw a bunch of his players. He didn't really talk to them. They got hydrated with the water just to get him back on the court. Good timeout and keep his players on the court.
With the serve there by Weinhold, just over the chalk along the backside, out of bounds. So after the timeout, the Gators win the ball on the service error. They now lead 12-9. Ellie Shannon now serving for the Gators. Here come the Lancers. Set an attack. Block made. Kept in bounds by 2 defenders, though. Give credit to Victoria Garrick to get in front of the attack. 13-9.
And we've been calling her name all afternoon long. The Southmores really played big in key situations.
Here come the Lancers again. Dews with a chance. Ball nicked. Gators though in control. The attack by Garrick with the block going out of bounds. It's back to a 5-point Gator lead at 14-9.
Yeah, just could not get over there. The Lancers made the block, but it went long for the out.
Push off there made by Connors. Saw a big hole in front of her. Took control. They'll get the ball back here. The Lancers back in control. They'll trail 14-10. Connors on the serve. Set and attack along the backside by Shannon. A hard hit though by Shannon, going well out of bounds. Small rally here for the Lancers. They now trail 14-11.
Yeah, she was flat-footed there. That's why she shot it long. Didn't step into the shot like she normally does. She hit it flat-footed, went sailing to the far corner and out.
Connors here to serve again. Just over and out of bounds as Gannon for the Gators deciding to let it go last minute. 15-11 now with the Gators on top by 3. Victoria Garrick back to serve. Here come the Lancers again. Set attack along the far side, and it's Michaela Dews with the attack. 15-12.
Yeah, been a little bit quiet in this third game, Dews. Like to see that. Get her more involved, get her active, and right there got a good kill. Michaela Dews here serving for the Lancers. Gannon with the pickup. Set an attack by Saud. A short one across the court. Dive save by Benjamin. Back inside the Gator zone. Up the middle now. Dive save by Dews. Set attack by the Lancers. Off the net. Out of bounds. Are they saying it's nicked? No. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be a net, or correction, it'll be a hit violation. They're going to say it's off the hands of the Gators. The Lancers get the point now. It's 15-13. Yeah, Peyton Smith did not like that call for Sacred Heart.
Here come the Gators, though. Saud on the attack. Lancers on top of it. Attack along the far side off the hands of Connor. Garrick with the chance. Along the backside into the net, 15-14. Again, the Gators have already used one of their timeouts. They're seeing a rally going against them here. It's a 3-point rally for the Lancers. They now, though, lead by 1. Here's the serve from Dews. Set up the middle. Attack along the far side. Great hit there by Peyton Smith to return the favor for the Gators. Now leading by 2, 16-14.
Boy, back and forth action. Unbelievable. the pace these two teams have played here in these 3 games.
Dews with the pickup on the serve. Set an attack by Connor. Block made. Saud on the tie. Double touch as Natalie Marshall can't control the set. Goes right through her fingertips. 16-15. That's a costly set error.
Yeah, and that's a sophomore mistake right there. You know, getting maybe a little tense, and that happens sometimes.
Benjamin here on the serve for the Lancers. Set and attack by Saud along the far side into the net. Could not control the attack, and now we're tied up 16 apiece.
Yeah, Marshall overcompensated. Tried to set up that kill for Saeed. Did not set the ball towards the net, set it away from her. So now when she's stepping into the ball, now she has to come across her body to try to hit that shot and hits it into the net.
So it picks up the serve, set an attack up the middle by Garrick. Lancers though on top of it. Here's the set. Attack by Connors along the far side, pushed up by Carrot. Overhands out of bounds. And now another mini rally for the Lancers, giving them the 1-point advantage. Timeout called by the Gators. We'll keep it right here, 17-16. Again, you see the control by the Gators to start the game, but the Lancers coming back from the dead in the 3rd game in a row. They've got the advantage going after the timeout here called by the Gators.
Yeah, again, it's another momentum shift. He's got to contain it right here now. He's lost his lead. They got to recognize that, and now you got to come out. This is a crucial moment of this game because they're playing for their lives right now. And I mean, you know, again, you know, you got to stop the momentum. One of the keys in these first 2 games is neither team has allowed the momentum to slip away from them for too long. And it's strategic timeouts by the coaches, but it's also the inner strength by these players to kind of break momentum, and that's what they need here. They're just emphasizing it right there, Coach Hardy. Now to play within yourselves. He took Marshall out. The sophomore got rattled. That happens. You know, it's all part of learning. So now he's putting his most experienced team out there, and they need now to rally here with the Lancers serving.
Yeah, more importantly, they're also out of timeouts, the Gators. Benjamin on the serve. The set and attack by the Gators. Lancers though on top of it. Push off there by Connors. Controlled by Sacred Heart Prep. Back inside the Gators zone up the middle. Push off there made. Cammie Merton, a smart move there to find the hole along the near side. They'll tie it up now at 17 apiece.
Yeah, that was the only area on the court she was going to get that point because the whole entire Lancers defense was shifted to the opposite side of the court.
Merton now to serve for Sacred Heart Prep. Again, tied at 17 all. Up the middle, set, attack. A hard one at that by Foreign. What ferocity, 18-17.
Yeah, she seems to pick up the pace with that kill shot when the game comes in doubt, and right there she's starting to wind up again, as that was a great kill from cross-courting it from her right.
Salmon's now to serve with her team on top by 1. Saud with the pickup along the near side. Set. Attack by Shannon. Frances Parker with control. Into the net on the attack by Foreign. Into the net, an attack error. Giving the Gators the ball back here, though, tied at 18.
Yeah, she usually goes to that shot about 2 or 3 steps up, Manny. That time she was a little too far back, and that's why it hit into the net.
Here's a serve by Saud, picked up by Benjamin along the backside. The attack by Foreign, short, though the Gators in control. Here's the chance by Shannon, block made, out of bounds. The Gators now regain the lead here, 19-18, 6 points to go.
I got a little action there. See that?
Yes, you did. Great pushback to bring the ball back onto the court. Thomas Conroy with the kill. Speaking of kills, there's the kill made by Foreign to give the ball back here for Frances Parker, 19 apiece.
Boy, and that sophomore, she really comes up to play late in the games, and you like seeing that because that shows me that she has ice running through those veins.
Saud with the pickup on the serve, set an attack by Shannon. Off the hands of Benjamin, 2019.
Great kill shot there by Shannon because she caught the talented Salmons off balance, and she had she let the ball play her, and there was no chance she was going to get that point.
Dive save by Benjamin on the serve. Here come the Gators, though, as they're in control. Push off made. Lancers on top of it. Attack by Dews. Dive save by Gannon. Here's the attack from the Gators back inside the Gator zone. Second chance by Merton. Lancers, though, in control. Ball back inside the Gator zone on the bump out. Here's the chance by Shannon. Attack, no. Well out of bounds. Gators with another point, 21-19.
Wow, great back and forth rallies. Players flying on both sides. Kill shots, digs, we had it all right there. And a perfectly placed shot for the Gators. Now they have their biggest lead, I think, of the game at the best opportune time.
John Landico here will call time for Francis Parker. We'll keep it right here. Now, if you are Sacred Heart Prep, you've been down this road before. Obviously, from game 2, you had a 4-point lead. You let a rally happen against St. Francis. What do you do if you're Sacred Heart Prep to maintain the momentum on your side?
Well, right now, coaching staff has to say we're 4 points away from winning our first game. And that's all that you should be concerned with right now. Don't get caught out of position. No unforced errors. They got probably one of their better servers going here in Gannon, their libero. So it's all working in their favor. Now finish it. Take it home. And that's all you got to really say right now. You got senior leadership in the front line, and you got to set up Shannon and Smith, I think, right now to put this one on the win column.
So again, the Gators here leading by 2 with Helen Gannon back to serve. 4 points to go to keep this game alive. Attack by Dews, block made, staying inside the Gator zone. Dews gets the point for the Lancers. They now trail by 1, 21-20.
I don't know how she caught an opening, but boy, she just powered it between Smith and Shannon there to get that point. Nice play there by Michaela Dews.
Weinel here on the serve, just over the chalk, out of bounds. A hard serve will give the Gators 3 more points.
I noticed there that Marshall took 1 step back and then realized that ball was going to go out and smartly moved up.
Benjamin here with the pickup and attack by Dews into the hands of Saud, back inside the Lancer zone. Set by Benjamin, attack by Connors. Hits off the hands of Gannon, out of bounds. 22-21.
Boy, nice shot there by Connors there. She got the back line and really forced them to make a play. They could not, as that shot came on them awfully fast for the point.
Service made here, come the Gators. Attack by Garrick. Benjamin on top of it. Set, attack far side, into the hole. Alexis Sammons with the kill, 22-all.
Yeah, she doesn't use it all throughout the game, but she can kill with the best of them. And that time got right on top of number 10, Ellie Shannon, for the point.
Here's the serve by Connors, dive saved by Saud. Second, third hit. Lancers, no, can't control it. A high hit. Sarah Schnell off the ball. Gators regain the lead now, 23-22.
Yeah, made her initial step in. When she tried to rebound, she could not. The backtracking to make that shot.
Very important point here for the Gators. Attack by Dews off the hands of Saud. They regain control. Bump back inside the Lancer zone. Set, attack, near side, over and out. Dews can't keep the ball in, 24-22. Game point here in favor for the Gators.
Awfully tough shot to attempt right there. Cross-body shot to try to get that back line, and that's why it sailed on her.
Timeout called by Landico, and the Lancers will keep it right here. Again, a 2-point Gator lead at 24-22. They'll trail match-wise by a score of 2-0. Obviously, for Francis Parker, you can't afford to give up a game, but in a state title game, you don't want to give any momentum to the other side. And if they give up this game right here, that's what they might do here, because you can definitely see that this Gator team is starting to gel together.
Yeah, it's definitely momentum shift, and he has to be concerned. The whole entire Lancer coaching staff has to be concerned with that. I think that's why they called the timeout, to kind of stop the momentum. It worked for Coach Hardy early in the contest. Let's see what it does here for Francis Parker. See if they could gain some momentum and force this into a 2-point overtime.
A chance to seal the deal for game 3. Garrick on the serve. In the Lancer zone, set attack by Dews. A short one picked up in the middle by Gannon. A chance to end the game. Saud, no. Lancers here, back on top. Here's Connors on the attack. Bump made, stays in bounds. On the block, Peyton Smith gives the Gators the game 3 victory.
Exactly what they needed, and boy, the senior came through again. Big shots there down the line, and they got the win, 25-22.
Take a timeout right here. Peyton Smith ending game 3 with a gorgeous block there from Salmons. It's a 2-1 though. Francis Parker advantage. We'll take a timeout right here. This is a Division 4 State Girls Volleyball Championships right here on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here.
Play On Sports is not only your destination for Friday night football action, it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoffs and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. Now stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up the action from this D4 final here, state championship final. That's coming up. Found the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
2 minutes before game number 4 will start. It's a 2-1 Francis Parker lead, but again, if you are Francis Parker, the last thing you want to do is give some momentum, and I feel like that's what they might have done for the Gators. They've actually played pretty consistent throughout. They just needed that one little game to kind of spark them up, and you can maybe give that credit to game 3. They're starting to come together and regain control.
Yeah, ideally you want to finish these championship games 3-love and get out of here with your trophy, but it's not going to be the case. And I think that's what Coach Landesio will have to do right here is tell his team don't worry about it. Kind of just roll it over, smooth it over, and just be prepared now for game 4. And they've all been tight contests, so it wasn't like they were blown out of here. And that's all you got to say to them. You knew this was going to be a tight affair. We didn't expect it to, quite frankly, I guarantee the coaching staff prepared for a 5-set match here. So they're not all surprised that it's 2-1. But this is the game you don't want to now go into a 5th set losing your last 2 games. And that's the key here. And as I said earlier, at the end of 2 games, Sacred Heart had to be more aggressive. I think now Francis Parker has to be more aggressive here and close this out, because you don't want to go to that 15-point 5th set.
You flash back to last year in the Division 4 state, or correction, Division, I believe it was the Division 2 state championship game where Paramount was down 2 games, or correction, Presentation was down 2 games to none against La Costa Canyon. They actually were the team that were kind of falling back. They just couldn't get in sync. They were losing the first 2 games 25-20 in both sets. And then all of a sudden, it's kind of like the demon awoke from the dead. They took the next 3. They could control the 25-17, 25-15, and then all of a sudden winning out 15-9. It seems like it's looking to be the same storyline, but like you said, 2 teams that are evenly matched. Would assume that this would go into 5 games, but again, if you're Francis Parker, you don't want to have it go to a 5th set being up 2 games to none.
I agree, and it's going to be interesting. Right now, I'm expecting the senior Alexis Salmons to have a big game here. She's a big-time player, and she really rises to the occasion.
Here comes the attack by Deuce to start game number 4, back inside the Lancer zone. Gators, though, in control. Chance there by Shannon. Now Dews with the attack, finds the hole, a short small hit. We'll have the Lancers strike first. They lead now 1-0.
Yeah, and that's great that they got her a little bit more active. She really was kind of laying low in that 3rd game. That's one of the reasons why they lost. I don't think she was as aggressive as she was in the first 2.
Back to serve now for the Lancers. Jenna Weinholt. Again, the Lancers here lead, if you're just joining us, 2-1 match-wise. They lead game number 4 As we're just underway by a score of 1-0. Weinholt kicks, fires, picked up on the near side by Garrick. Set an attack there by Peyton. As Peyton Smith gets the point there for the Gators, 1-1.
Boy, back and forth again. Nobody can get momentum, and that's what you love about this matchup here. It's so tightly contested.
Ellie Shannon here to serve for the Gators. Here come the Lancers. Set an attack by Dede. Hits off the hands of Garrick and well into to the backyard and out of bounds. 2-1 with the Lancers leading. Here with Thomas Conroy, Manny Nunez here making the call in the Division IV CIF Girls State Championships. Gators on the four-touch. Hits the net. 3-1 now with Francis Parker leading. A small timeout as some perspiration on the court. Wash it off here. And now discussion with the head judge maybe on the last play.
Yeah, he has the right to overrule if he feels that it was a different, he usually gets the interpretation of the official and then he can overrule it if he saw it differently.
They're actually going to take the point off the board, so count it a mulligan. So instead of at 3-1, it's 2-1 now. Here come the Gators now. Attacked by Saud, picked up by Dews in the middle. Back inside the Gators zone and now bumped over to the Lancers side. Here's Salmons. Attack made, no. Saud with the second chance, a push off along the net. Set by the Lancers, attacked by Salmons, block made by Saud as it goes out of bounds. This time, Lancers get the point, now they lead 3-1.
Yeah, and they need right now to make this about a 4 to 5 point service.
Here come the Gators though, dive save, a little collision though, getting back up. Here come the Lancers, bump made by Benjamin. Gators in control. Set an attack by Peyton. Bump off. A second chance by Payne along the net. Finds the hole, 3-2. Gators win the ball on the side out again. Sonia Abdul Saud here to serve for the Gators. Picked up along the backside by Schnell. Set an attack by Salmons. Well over, but just stays in bounds. 4-2 on the attack by Salmons. Lancers now leading by 2.
That's a key, breaking service right there. Get it right back on your other side. Try to gain that momentum. Right now, that's all they need right now, Francis Parker, to regain that momentum.
Michaela Dews here on the serve to set the attack by Garrick into the hands of Dews, into the ground. 4-3. Gators with the ball, serving, trailing by 1.
And that's what's so great about these two schools is you can't gain a whole lot of momentum against these two.
Payne Smith on the serve, off the hands of Dews and goes out of bounds, so count that a service ace here for the Gators. Now tied up at 4 apiece. And in the early stages of game number 4, Lancers lead match-wise 2-1. Set an attack by Salmons along the near side, but on the wrong side of the court. That one goes out of bounds, 5-4. Small rally here for the Gators as they're trying to regain control. Payne Smith here serving. Short serve along the near side and out of bounds. Now it's tied up at 5 apiece with Sarah Benjamin to serve. Benjamin along the far side, kicks, fires, just over the net. Set an attack here by Garrick off the hands of Connors, out of bounds. 6-5, side out 1 for the Gators.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of extra movement by both teams getting caught out of position here in early going, and that's the reason why they're trading they're trading services back and forth.
Cammie Murr now to serve for Sacred Heart Prep. Here come the Lancers, double touch called as on the set there by Salmons, can't control it. 7-5 here with the Gators now on top by 2. Murr now back to serve again. Kicks, fires over the net, picked up by Salmons along the backside, set by Benjamin. Attack by Dews up the middle, picked up by Saud along the backside. Chance by Shannon, correction. Gators though on top of it on the attack from the Lancers. Chance there by Saud. Off the hands of Dews. Stays in bounds. Gators now on top by 3, 8-5.
Yeah, again caught flat-footed. I think if she let it go, it would have went out. Bad play there by the Lancers. Should have let that ball and try to hope for it to be a long call.
Merton now to serve. Up the middle. Now along the far side. Here's Foreign. Block made along the far side. There is Ellie Shannon on the play. 9-5. Gators up by 4.
That biggest lead in all 3 games right now for Sacred Heart. They got the momentum now.
Here's the serve by the Gators. The push off by Connors. Though the Gators well aware. Here come the Lancers though. Salmon's on the attack. Bump made. Set by Gannon. Attack by the Gators, no. Second chance here. Salmon's on the play, and this time she finds the floor. 9-6 with Salmons to serve.
Yeah, and she's got the attitude. She was not going to be denied on that point. She knew that was a big point and knew she wanted to get service. And now here she goes to try to get back to her team back within. They're within 3. They want to regain the lead.
Alexis Salmons here back to serve for the Lancers. The set and attack by Garrick into the net, though 2 Francis players on the block stayed in the Gator zone regardless. 9-7. 2-point rally here for Francis Parker. Salmons back to serve. Up along the near side for Francis Parker. Kicks and fires. Here come the Gators. Attack by Shannon. Bump made back inside the Lancer zone. Second chance by Foreign. A short hit along the net. Finds the floor, 9-8.
You prepare for that big booming kill shot, and right there she does a nice little soft one right over the front line. Great recognition on Foreign. Realized that they were coming up to block that shot and just get it over their fingertips.
Here come the Gators. A short hit there by Jillian Geary. She found the hole along the near side, 10-8.
Yeah, Salmons that time. Alexis moved up too close to the front line. Had to move back. That left too much opportunity, too much real estate for Dewars to cover. I wanted to get that point in, sorry.
Victoria Garrick there on the serve. Hits the hands off of Salmons and out of bounds. Count that a service ace. 11-8. Gators on top by 3. Here come the Lancers. Set an attack. Picked up by the Gators. Second chance, no. Double touch there called by Cammie Merton on the set. Give the ball back to Francis Parker. 11-9.
But they are calling that double touch a lot. And I'm talking about the Division 5 that we just covered earlier. That seems to be the call of the day.
Here's a serve by Schnell. Gators here in control. Set an attack by Hannon. Block made by Dews. Staying in bounds at 11-10.
Perfect position to block that. Went up high, got it at the right point, and put the ball right back on the other side. No chance for them to make a play on the ball.
Snell here on the serve with their team down by 1. Finds the corner up along the edge. Count that another service ace for the Lancers, now tied at 11. Got a 3-point rally on their hands. Timeout called by Damian Hardy and the Gators. It's been the same story from game 1 to game 4. Small rallies here and there, but in this 4th game, mistakes have to come few and far between, and then in those last couple of points, it's definitely come from Sacred Heart Prep.
Yeah, it's amazing. Neither team can really, once you think that they get comfortable and they're going to extend a rally, it gets abruptly ended, and on both sides. So it's a tough game, and we're tied at 11. And you know, you look at the final scores. We had to go to extra in game 2. So I'm not really surprised that this is how it's playing out here in game 4. I think it was a big rally though for Francis Parker, because there was an area in that first part of this 4th game where when they were down about 4, and it could have easily, if they didn't kind of pick up their play, it could have easily went to 6, because you felt it. You felt Sacred Heart wanting, trying to will that momentum on their side. It just is not to be. Two very even teams, and it It's really nice to see.
And it's funny because this game could definitely go either way. Francis Parker won the first 2 games. Sacred Heart Prep, though, took game number 3. The push up by Saud, dive save by Dews. Second chance there by the Lancers. No, back inside the Lancer zone. Here's a chance by Dews on the chance. Back inside the Lancer zone again. Bump made by Salmons, and now the Gators in control. Set, attack by Shannon. Block, hits out of bounds. Gators win the ball back, 12-11.
Yeah, she got it right between Weinbolt and Dews and deflected off of one of them and out of bounds. So nice play there by Shannon.
Gannon here on the serve, set up the middle. Along the far side, here's Dews with the iron fist. Finding the floor, 12 apiece.
Yeah, you let her set up like that, and I don't care who's on the other side. You could have an Olympian. They're not going to return that shot. Garrick had good positioning, just could not react in time.
Jen Weinhold on the serve as Abdul Saud can't control the hit. Right in front of her, falls to the ground, 13-12. Now Francis Parker with the lead. On the serve, off the net, a lucky bounce off the net into the Gator zone. Count that another service ace. 14-12 with the Lancers on top now by 2. A lucky break there for the Lancers as they've got a 2-point advantage. The serve here by Weinhold. Set and attack up the corner by Payne Smith. She finds the corner along the far side, 14-13. They'll take the ball here on the serve.
Yeah, big time shot there by Smith to get that ball and recognizing you kind of take a little bit off to make sure that ball stayed in play because the back line was moved in way front. They could not react in time to get back to it.
Shannon on the serve, the set and attack by Dews off the block and well, deep out of bounds. 2 hits, finds the floor. Dews is fist. And the kill, 15-13. Francis Parker winning the ball back now on the side out.
Yeah, Garrick tried to move over to compensate to try to catch it on the run. Could not make the play.
Here come the Gators now after the serve. The push off by Smith. Dive saved by Benjamin. So the second hit by Smith called that a net violation though. As Smith hit the ball a tad bit too early. 16-13. What a game we've got in our hands here so far. Here come the Gators now. The attack by Soda. High hit. Benjamin on top of the ball. Here's Dews on the attack. A short one. Ball right in front of her into the net. 16-14.
Yeah, jumped too soon. Kind of anticipated the ball being to a little bit sooner. Could not, and they couldn't overcompensate and hit the ball in the net.
Soda on the serve. Here's the attack by Dews. Off the hands of Shannon. Well deep out of bounds. Pretty points back and forth. The Gators, that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, Keller recognized that Shannon might be short on balance. And that's exactly what she did. She was not ready for that kill shot. It went off her shoulder. Could not react in time.
Kayla Dews here back to serve. Kicks, fires over the net. Picked up in the middle by Cannon. Set. Attack by Smith. It's a short one that stays in the Gator zone. 18-14. Timeout called here by Damian Hardy. He wanted to talk things over at this last of game 4. We'll keep it right here. If you are Francis Parker, you have 7 points to go. What do you do to keep your shoots going to get these last 7 points?
Well, gotta be active, gotta be smart. And for me, I'm setting up Dews and Salmons because they team right now, they're fired up, they're making plays. They seem to be really leading this team here in game 4. So I'm setting up those guys and let them lead you to the championship. On the other side, the Gators, they're getting caught too much out of position right now. Not a lot of communication. The first time we've seen a little breakdown defensively on their side. They got to get more in tune with each other and recognize where the players are moving and try to fill up that open space. Because right now, Dews is killing them on the far side with the cross shot, and Salmons is just breaking defenders, powering right through them to get the point. So better technique and cut down your errors.
7 points to go for the Lancers. 11 for the Gators to force a game number 5. Dews on the serve, picked up in the middle by Gannon. Set an attack by Smith again. Short on the hit. jumping a little too early. A 5-point advantage here for Francis Parker. He's here now, ready to serve. Up the middle. Kicks, fires. Picked up the near side by Garrick. Set and attack by Garrick. A short hit finds the floor as Francis Parker had 5 players on the ball but could not get to it. 19-15.
Great court awareness, recognizing they were going to collapse on her, slipped it over their fingers for the point in the middle.
Kate Smith here to serve, a short serve. Dive saved though by Dukes. Sandman's on the attack. Gators no in control. A chance by Garrett. No. Set up the middle. Attack along the corner. And that's Alex Pettit along the far side. 20-15.
In and out, comes up usually with a big point. It's really remarkable how well they play and how interchangeable the parts are for Francis Parker.
Sarah Benjamin here to serve. 5 points to go before Francis Parker could eye their first title since 2005. Benjamin kicks, fire. Well out of bounds. Girls would get happy there for play. 26 on the switch there.
It definitely failed on her. Tough break. Really thought that they were going to, that was going to be the final momentum shift.
Heavy off the hands again and out of bounds. 3-point rally for the Lancers, tied at 11.
That time she cut her target down about halfway and really got the libero off the shoulder, who was not ready to react to that kill shot.
Timeout called here by Damian Hardy and the Gators. Again, a 3-point rally for the Lancers has notched it up at 11 apiece. Hard to assess a game like this because now you need 4 points to go. Mistakes have to be now coming at a minimum.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's really amazing. I mean, how the momentum shifts with these timeouts. I mean, you don't even see it at any level of calling timeouts. You get this big of a momentum shift where your sudden momentum now this kind of stops, hits a wall, and the other side comes around and either gets back in the game or extends their lead a little bit. So once again, I mean, if you're Sacred Heart, you got to cut this momentum now in half. You really got to control it because, you know, I'm seeing the senior leadership of George. I mean, well, George is a junior, excuse me, but definitely Salmons is really now working to their advantage here.
Serve goes out of bounds off of Schnell's hands. That'll be a service error. Like I said, mistakes have to come very, very few and far between. That one may prove costly. Helen Cannon on the serve here for the Gators, leading by 1, 12-11. You only need 15 to win game 5. The attack by Dews into the hands of Merton and out of bounds on the touch.
Yeah, George now cutting down that target again. Nicely done by her. Kind of adjusting her shot, seeing what they're giving her and using it to her advantage.
Line-hold on the serve. Both teams again out of timeouts. Service ace as the Gators let the ball go. Thinking it was going to go out, but it crept right back in.
He was right on top of it, so you can't argue with him. It's a good call.
Here is Weinhold on the serve. Picked up the middle. Set attack by Saud along the near side. Picked up the middle here by the Lancers. Here's the attack by Dews. Block made by Peyton Smith. No, it's actually going to go out of bounds instead. Ooh, didn't see the call there. My fault, folks. 14-12. Championship point for the Lancers. Here we go. Weinhold the serve. The Gators set. Attack by Shannon. Dive save. Here's Dews. Championship point off the hands. No. Set an attack by Saud. Soft hit. Dive save up the middle. Set a push off. Juggled around. The Gators in control. Into the corner by Peyton Smith. Keep hope alive.
Man, great effort there because what a turnaround for Peyton Smith. The kill shot by Dews went off of her, so she gave up match point to now keeping them in the game.
Here's Ellie Shannon on the serve. The push-off staying inside the Gator zone. Second chance block made. It stays in bounds the Gator zone. The Francis Parker Lancers will take home their state title. Their first state title since 2005. They win the 5th and final set, 15-13.
You almost got trampled there by Lancer Man, didn't you?
You got security holding their fans back, but with the many fans behind us, it'll be hard to do. 15-13. The Lancers win it here in the 5th and final game. They win it in a 3-2 thriller. An unbelievable game. That rally proved to be a big one in that 5th and final set.
Wow, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better evenly matched pair of teams to play for a championship. I mean, this is going to go down as probably one of the most exciting games we've seen all year. I know for myself, I hope I can speak for you too. But I mean, two evenly teams and the back and forth action. Neither team getting a clear-cut win, and even on that last point for game and match point, championship point. I mean, it had to clearly just kind of go off of somebody's fingertips for them trying to attempt to make a play that ultimately to secure an outcome of this championship.
Now we do have to talk about our player of the game, and you can really say that the Francis Parker Lancers should be the entire team should be the player of the game, but you give a lot of credit to Michaela Dews and not Jen Weinhold, but instead Grace Foran. Even I'm kind of fumbling around here a little bit, but we've got to give it to Grace Foran because, in that fifth and final game, her troop was well in, down a little bit here and there, but with her magnificent kills, she brought her team right back into it. Her kills at the end gave her the chance at a state title, and now they're hoisting that trophy. Definitely for Grace Foran, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game.
Yeah, tremendous effort, sophomore, so nicely smiles on that coaching staff I see because, they have her for 2 more years. She came over with a big play. I think after their first time out when they were down 11-8, she got that first kill to kind of put the boat in the right motion and to kind of break the momentum of Sacred Heart. I remember that play. And that, to me, was what earned her the player of the game honors.
So it'll be Grace Foran who will earn our player of the game honors. She'll get the interview with us. We'll take a quick timeout right here and get the interview in our post-game show in just a little bit. Folks, it is Francis Parker hosting the state trophy. They win it by a final of 3-2 match-wise, and they'll take Game 5, 15-12. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back here on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back here to PlayOnSports.com, and our player of the game, Grace Foran, and the match victory over Sacred Heart Prep in a 3-2 match thriller. Now, take us back to that fifth game. First of all, being down 11-8, your head coach calls time. What did your head coach tell you guys to rally you guys back to get that Game 5 victory?
You know, he really just focused on calm down. We are the better team. We won the first 2 games, and we were ahead, and he really just told us to focus and persevere because we could beat them, and we just needed to bring back our energy. We had lost some momentum, and if we just brought back our energy, we would win.
We'll talk about momentum too. You especially, that one kill that brought it to 11-9, that really kind of just gave you guys a spark. You know, going into those last couple of games and really rallying back, you guys actually had a 6-1 advantage to win that final game. I mean, how does it feel to really, how did it go point by point? I mean, what did you guys do to really rally back and really keep them on your side the rest of the match?
You know, it was really just a really big team effort. Every single person on our team is so important to us winning, and every single person played a huge part, and if one of those people wasn't here, we wouldn't have won. So just us playing as a team and us coming together and wanting to win was awesome, and that's how we pulled out the victory.
Now, I do have to ask you this, because obviously you guys had not lost a match since early September. I mean, you guys were playing fire with fire during that third and fourth games. Were there any jitters in your guys' minds at all?
You know, I think that we were a little bit nervous. Everybody here, it was their first time coming to state. I had gone to La Jolla Country Day, so I'd been here last year, but I had lost here. So it was everybody's first time, and I think to start off we were really nervous, but we just picked it up so much, and we wanted it so badly, and we love our seniors so much, and we really just wanted to play for them because it was our last time we were ever going to get to play with those girls.
First title since 05 for Francis Parker.
Yes, so exciting.
I got to ask you this, obviously, how do you feel?
So excited. We're so happy, and we're so blessed to be here.
And one last question, another obvious one. You guys have won the title. You guys are moving on. Obviously, season's done. How are you going to celebrate?
You know, I think that we're just going to have a big team celebration, get together, and really just focus on next year and bringing it back. So, yeah.
Very young team and a very valiant one at that.
Yes.
We got Grace Foran, our PlayOnSports.com player of the game, in a 3-2 thriller over Sacred Heart Prep. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back for a post-game wrap-up in just a little bit.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back here to PlayOnSports.com, here alongside Thomas Conroy, Manny Nunez, and an exciting, just one of the most unbelievable and just breathtaking games. It was Francis Parker over Sacred Heart Prep in a 3-2 incredible game. Just got to talk about this here before we sign off. You know, being down 2 or being up 2 games to none, you let the rallies come back in the last 2 games. You're down again in the 5th and final game, but all of a sudden that one tiny little spark, the tiny little just gas they had left in them was just enough to give them their state title.
Yeah, I think when they went back to powering their kill shots instead of doing those nice little soft shots to try to get over the front line, I think that keyed them to go back to what they know best. I mean, being confident in not trying to try to play to the other team's advantage, with their height, that was definitely working against you. Francis Parker chose to go back to their old style. That got them the 2-0 lead, and that was the reason why they won this exciting state championship final. Unbelievable.
And like we were saying, it was definitely an evenly matched game, but you look on the other side for Sacred Heart Prep. They had the game in their hands in the third and final game, but all of a sudden they just could not withstand the momentum and firepower out of Francis Park. But at the same time, definitely not a lot of heads are down. It was the first final appearance since 2010. Most likely we'll probably see them back again. This team is definitely one with experience as they've gone in years past.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're disappointed losing a 5-setter, but when they kind of look back on it at the end of the year, maybe have their final meeting with the coaching staff, they'll realize they had a great season, and rebound, prepare yourself, and win that 5th set next year. That has to be the goal.
It'll be really hard to top a game like this. We got the Division III championship coming up between Campo Lindo and Cathedral Catholic. It'll be Brian Vilvin and I calling that one. Brian Vilvin, our play-by-play guy, and myself, the color guy. If you have not heard our 1-2 punch, you will be in for quite a treat. But not to say that we are definitely that special 1-2 punch as well, Thomas.
Oh, nobody can compete with Brian Vilvin. Everybody knows that.
There's some other people here and there, but Brian's got he's got his little thing going. But
I guess you don't want to get scheduled anymore.
I do. I forgot that he's the one that's
yeah.
controlling it. I'm already getting the look, and
I mean.
So in any case, but nonetheless, it'll be Campo Lindo taking on Cathedral Catholic here in the Division III state title game, folks. We'll be back in about 35 minutes. We'll have us here at PlayOnSports.com. Back just a little bit. Signing off. See you in a few.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.